Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with my good friend, the lumberjack. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Super excited to be here. Lots to talk about, lots doing. Let's jump in.
Awesome, man. So the first thing we're going to do, actually all three things we're going to do today is I am lucky enough to be invited to speak at a real estate meetup via Zoom this evening. Nice. It is at 6 o'clock Pacific. The first slide we will look at is the event. So people watching this want to attend, they can probably still sign up and watch it. But before we do that, I actually forgot to do this in my daily financial news. So I want to do it now so I can send these cards out. I want to congratulate 3 people for doing the work. So Joshua, congratulations for doing the work. Mickey and Geraldine, husband and wife team, congrats for doing the work. And Mark, congrats for doing the work. Your cards now will go out today as opposed to tomorrow. So Matt, thank you very much for doing this. And by the way, I got to send you a card, right? You need another card coming.
I know. I got to send you my list. I think I'm actually do like 6 or 7 cards. Like I said, I want them autographed.
Yeah, that's right. I will autograph them. Not a problem. But hey, man, let me bring up this PowerPoint because the first thing I want to do is this particular meetup is like, tell us about your 20 years, lessons learned. And, when I do that, I want to start with the things that I now believe, right? I may not have believed these when I started, but I believe these now. And when I do that, it just orients the audience to who I am. And I think I'm sharing this with you because I want you to beat up on them. If I'm wrong, tell me, but also add color. I may steal some of your examples.
Feel free.
There you go. My good friend. He said this morning.
Sure. All good.
Yeah. So let's just bring this up, make this a little bit bigger for you. So first and foremost, this is what I'm talking about, folks. You can go on to Meetup. I don't know how you would do this on Meetup. I guess I would go look for out-of-state real estate investor Meetup. I think that's the group. It is today, September 21st, 6 o'clock Pacific. So that is the meeting. That is my bio. But let's jump into this. So these are things that I believe, right? So first, I believe most people overcomplicate real estate investing, right? They almost want it to be hard because if it's hard, they have excuses. Right. They can keep beating up the spreadsheet. They can keep looking for more data. They can just keep moving forward because, of course, Matt, real estate investing is hard, and there's no way a 9th grade dropout could figure it out.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, I think this is dead on. I think, like you said, I mean, it's Greg yesterday said something that it was like interest rates and liquidity, right?
Yeah.
Super simple. Everybody's like, well, you got to think about the global economy and you got to wonder what crypto is and how people are investing. And what about defaulting China and
generations and this, that.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's not it. It's not it at all. Yeah. And in fact, one of the things I was thinking about last night, and you might even cover this, but so I don't want to steal your thunder, but one of the things I was thinking about last night was, I was looking at the number of Airbnb listings around me. 5 years ago, it was 0.
Yeah.
Now it's like 200.
Oh,
that's 200 units that are taken out of the rental pool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. Another reason there aren't as many month-to-month rentals is Airbnb, VRBO.
That's right.
All of that. So, yeah. So again, folks, and again, if you're in my course, which you are, Matt, I mean, what do I talk about up front? Focus and daily discipline. I mean, geez, it's like, just get focused. So, okay, that's number 1.
Yep.
So number 2 is that, right? I believe most new investors, frankly, don't have a tight buy box, or if they have a buy box, it's not tight enough, right? It's, hey, I'm going to invest in LA. Well, LA is kind of big, right? or I'm going to invest in Texas. Well, Texas is kind of big. Right.
Yeah.
I don't even want it to be, I'm going to buy a single family home. Well, there's small homes built in the 50s. There's McMansions. Like, let's get super, super specific. And I spend the whole first part of my course getting people to understand what we mean by a tight focus, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I think that this is critical, is the buy box. But I think something that I think you spend, so this is something you spend a lot of time on, which is super important. It's a cornerstone. It's a building block for successful real estate investing. I think the other thing too is that I find that a lot of people think that they've kind of checked the box when they focused on the buy side.
Yeah.
They need to focus on the rent box too.
Yeah, like, good point. Yeah.
What you're looking at from a buy side, what does that translate to into a rent side?
Yes. Right.
and how much inventory is there out there? I know for me, Mike, like I looked yesterday in 3 different areas,
Mhm.
the 3 most popular for listing properties where we are.
Mhm.
There are less than 5 single family homes for rent right now.
Wow.
And the numbers are ridiculous. And so if you were to buy a single family home based on the previous homework of a year or 2 years ago,
You're right.
it's way off. So your buy box is critical, your daily discipline critical, and then also looking at the rent box and be revisiting those things on a regular basis.
Yeah. Rents are exploding. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I believe complicated math hides risk, right? A lot of the syndicators, a lot of the people with advanced spreadsheets, the spreadsheets are so involved that it is easy to hide risk. Don't do that. It is far simpler than that. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And if you can't, it's too complex.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Or a 9th grade dropout. Either way.
Yeah, either way. I do believe, and this is kind of what I built my entire course story on, is real estate investing is a skill. And because it's a skill, it can be learned. It's not a gift. It's not, I'm naturally faster or jump higher or, those things. I can throw a ball farther. It's a skill, and thus everyone can learn it, in my opinion.
So easy a caveman could do it. Yep.
Oh, I love this. So back to your daily discipline. I believe 20 minutes a day beats 4 hours on the weekend.
Oh, of course. We've talked about this a lot. It's like going to the gym on Saturday for 4 hours. Let me know if you can walk on Sunday. Let me know what actual benefits you're seeing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Likely because it was so long and so involved and so arduous, you're likely not going back the following Saturday.
Exactly. It took you till Wednesday to feel better.
Exactly. Make it part of your daily discipline. This is what it takes. Anything that you do, anything that you have, whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship, you need to invest in that daily. So you can always understand the moves, the curves, everything that's occurring. You need to have a daily discipline. It's like
back to your rent box. Yeah. I mean, your rent box. I've never seen rents explode this much. I mean,
they're ridiculous.
I mean, rents in my market for single family homes just in the last 3 months have jumped again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Mike, we set a record 3 months in a row for what we got for units that were rather close together. Yeah. 3 months in a row. And it was not like 3% more. It was like, 10% over what it, or 12% over what it was last year. And then up another like 7 or 8%. And then up another 7. Like when it was all said and done, some of these units, like, literally we're looking at ones that we signed 3 months earlier. And we're saying we could be getting about $150 a month on some of these things.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, daily discipline, have to do it.
I believe getting to 4 rentals can set you up for a better future, a great future. I think too many people come into this saying, I want 100, I want 200, I want 1,000 or 10,000. It's just, the numbers are so big, you don't go anywhere. Folks, if you're at 0, get to 1. If you're at 1, get to 4. If you're at 4, get to 10. Let's just, and if you only ever get to 4, your future is going to be much better off.
So one would say maybe 1 rental at a time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Some smart guy created that. I don't know. I really like that guy.
But like we've seen in our 10 and 20 year disciplines, Mike.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be 4. It can be 2. It can be 1. Like the numbers are crazy. So the most important thing is getting on the ladder. Find a way to get on the ladder.
Look at that. Like you were reading my.
There you go.
Getting on the property ladder is key to wealth.
It is.
Yeah. And then I added this one because it didn't fit on this. House hacking, 2 or 3K loans, roommates, downsizing, whatever, right? House hacking. You brought this to us. 2 or 3K loans. Meet Kevin. Roommates, Todd Baldwin from CNBC Millionaire. Downsizing, Dion, right? Sacrifice a little bit, folks. Get uncomfortable. You can do this. I talked to I guess he's 29. He started at 23 with roommates. I forget where he was. Texas? I don't remember
Florida.
Florida. Thank you. Florida. Yes. Yep. Florida. Orlando. I don't know. Disneyland or whatever. Smoky Mountains also. But anyways, house hacking, roommates, man, talk about building wealth, right? Get uncomfortable for a little while.
What's so crazy is I got so wrapped around the axle with what I did once I came back to New Hampshire. I totally forgot that the very first condo that I bought in the city, I actually bought it with a lease already in place with a buddy of mine. So I've been hacking since I was born. But that's the thing is you're dead on. I mean, that's, seeing other people do it. I still believe that the duplex, tri and quad, I still believe that those are going to be the greatest asset class
I
for the
agree.
next 5 years. And I think that it's the greatest ability for people to get on the ladder, grow a business while they're just living. And
Yeah.
he did what so many other people do too, that, 33 retiree thing. He did what so many, which is brilliant, but he did what so many other people do, which is he recognized what it was going to take to get him on the ladder. And then he did that.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I need whatever it was, 21 grand. I'm going to go
Mhm.
do that. I'm going to sacrifice, eat cornflakes and, noodles. And he got there. So yeah. And then the last one for you, I know it's important. I know we don't talk about it enough, but you've got to get your money right. It's kind of step one. Not a lot of people have this.
Yep.
Not a lot of people come into this going, I got 100 grand to deploy.
Yep.
A lot of people are like, I can barely pay my bills or whatnot. So we talk about getting your money right, needs versus want, the choices exercise, the budget thing that you brought. It is step one. And sometimes it gets missed. And part of that's my fault, right? I released How to Get Started One Rental at a Time a year before. It's taken off. It's got thousands of members, but you do got to get your money right. And so what do you think?
That's where we spend all of our time, Mike, because again, the demographic that we're spending time with is in their 20s. So the first thing that they have to do is either repair the horrible credit that they have already in their 20s, or B, get credit, period.
Yeah.
And it's teaching them how to do that in a smart way. And there's a lot of people in their 30s and their 40s that still don't have that right. And then they get gung-ho into being an investor. And then they're surprised when they get a no on the phone. Oh, and they're like, well, I saw an advertised rate of 2.95%. And they're like, yeah, it's 4.25% for you.
Yeah.
You're like, why do you hate me? It's not personal. Your credit.
Yeah. Why are you picking on me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want some of that free money.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest concern that I have is, like you said, they got to have their money right. And so often going through college and having now that massive amount of debt, you have to be thinking of credit worthiness, making the nut at the end of the month, and all that stuff is really what matters. So yeah, I think it's a great.
Well, for me coming out of college, you're going to have college debt, but I think what gets most people is they come out, they actually get a job. So their income like goes up 10 or 12 grand, or they're making more money out of college than they ever made before. Right. And of course they flex, they just spend it all. Yeah. And that was really a big takeaway from the guy on Sunday. I think I interviewed him, like the 33-year-old who started at 23. It's like, damn, dude, fuck. I mean, he read Rich Dad Poor Dad at 23. I wish I would have read that at 23. I wish I read that at 18. Oh well. So, buddy, do me a favor. So again, this all feeds How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. Get your money right with both courses you're a part of. But how can people follow you?
Lumberjacklandlord.com, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube. And we have one more week left of 11:30 Eastern time, Sunday, all you can eat.
Wow.
All you can ask. Mike, 2.5 hours this last Sunday, Mike.
See, that is something I've never done.
It hurts.
It hurts. Yeah. I'm about an hour and my throat gets a little raspy. So, all right, man, congratulations. Good for that. Let's get into round two.
Thanks, Mike. Look forward to it.